Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the U19 Field Lacrosse Nationals. I'm Simon Chaskovsky, and we have ourselves the bronze medal game here between both U19 Quebec and U19 Alberta. Both of these teams have had to fight long and hard over the last 4 days to get here, but we're underway. Alberta starting on offense. Dobbin with it at center. He'll send it to Ferrati. Ferrati down to the corner here. Bolger has it. Charging through center, walks off a screen, finds a teammate in front, but that gets knocked off the stick of Sartison. Quebec fighting forward here. This one's going to get broomed into the middle. Sartison will be there to pick it up. He's going to charge down the left side now. Trying to find it over center to Bolger. Bolger loses it on the shot attempt, gets knocked down. Quebec trying to pick it up as it just narrowly avoids going out of bounds, and they're heading the other way. Quebec with it on the right side here. It's going to be an illegal procedure call, as now Alberta's heading the other way. And these guys' first game in this entire tournament, they faced off against each other in the tournament opener. Alberta ended up coming out on top, I believe, by a score of 12-4. Cook throwing it down the right side. Charging in on the left. Trying to set something up. Has to walk off a big hit and takes a few whacks. Kohut there. Back behind the goal. Charging across the right side now. Hannigan. Ends up high before walking it on the right. Fakes right, goes left. Inside for Cook. Wires it on goal, but that one rejected by the goalkeeper. Quebec on the other side. Have to slow down their fast break. And they're going to end up down with it on the sideline. Gets knocked down, gets back up. Nearly loses the ball, finds a teammate instead. Fournier with it. Fournier across to Steinwald. Steinwald down to the corner. Waugh has it. Charging in. That one going just left of the post. This one sent out to center on the stick of Fournier. To Waugh, back to Fournier. Capella with it. Fournier once again. He pushes left. Down the side, setting it up in front, but they weren't quite able to find a lane. Quebec on the right side. Steinwald pushing up with it, keeping it in bounds. Up to, Capella. Capella spins off the defender, charging in, tries to find a lane, but puts it a little bit in front of Fournier. And now we're going to see Alberta heading the other way. Still 0-0, neither team quite able to break the tie yet. Bronze medal on the line here. White on the left side. Turning back with it. Cohen White sending it over to Sartison. Sartison down to the corner. Alberta rotating it around the outside. Up to Gardner. Gardner didn't like what he saw. He'll center it once more. Now moving down the left. Clark with it. Back behind the goal. Trying to center it once again to Sartison. Back up to Gardner. Gardner pushing in. Beats the defender on the right. Goes left. Back up to White. To the corner again. Clark back behind. Fakes his way in, and Alberta breaks the tie. They're going to score for the first time here in the bronze medal. And that's going to be a big score here for setting momentum early. That one officially coming off of the stick of Dexter Hannigan. And we'll get ready for another face-off. Bulger. He's going to win this face-off back to Dobbin. Dobbin across the way, finding Mondragon on the right side with it. Turning back as Sartison sends it back to Dobbin. Alberta starting up their offense at center. Ferrati with it. Back up to Bulger. Bulger charging into center. Cross to Dobbin on the right side here. Finds a lane, puts it on goal, but the Quebec goaltender staying strong. Settlode able to get in front of that one. Back behind the goal now. Quebec's goal. Quebec, as they're going to be starting with it here. 1-0 Alberta after an early goal by Dexter Hannigan. Quebec now down the right side. Fournier up high. To the left. Behind the goal. Capella. To Waugh. Waugh facing some hard pressure. Fights to the right. Sends it outside to Capella. Up high again. He'll get it back. Playing a bit of pass on the right wing. Back to the left side. In deep behind the goal now. Sending this one over to Capella. In front. Waugh charging in. Finds a teammate in front, but it gets knocked off his stick. Stolen back by Fournier. Quebec holding on, pushing back in, whips it on goal, but that one not quite able to beat McDonough and gets wired right of the net. Capella starting with it now. Fournier back to Capella. Charging in, finds the shot, and Quebec ties things up 1-1 off of an absolute wire off the left post. We're waiting for confirmation on the goal, but it looks like it's going to be William Capella burying that one. As we're now in the second half of this first quarter of action in the bronze medal game, Alberta, Quebec. You're watching U19 Field Lacrosse Nationals here on CROW LAX TV. We're going to have all the medal games coming up throughout the rest of the day here, with the gold medal in the U19 category, as well as both bronze and gold in U17 coming up. Ellis charging down the right side. He'll get turned back. Has Bulger with him, gives it to Dobbin instead, or at least try to. He'll keep it inside, puts it off a foot. Dobbin there to try and grab it. It's in the dirt. Holding it at center, Dobbin grabbing it. Sending a long pass over to Bulger. He'll get knocked down. Massive hit by the Quebec defender, as they're now heading the other way. Lalemant sending it up high. Quebec down the right side here. Capella, the goal scorer, down to the corner. He turns with it, running this one back behind the goal. Back high, putting this one on net, but that's stopped by McDonough. And we're going to get an illegal procedure call on Alberta, meaning Quebec is going to get this turnover and get some offense going in the in Alberta zone, excuse me. Up in front here. With it, that's Steinwald. Steinwald to Capella, winding up and firing, and he's got two. Quebec grabbing the lead. It's Capella scoring in almost identical fashion to the first goal, except with the only real difference being that it went through the 5-hole of McDonough. But they're quickly learning that they might have to start putting a man permanently in that corner spot in their own zone. We're getting ready for another face-off here. We're still in the first quarter. 2-1 is your score. Alberta scored first, but we've quickly seen Quebec get two quick ones, both coming off of the stick of William Capella. Bulger now heading down center. He's going to take a whack. He sees a lane. Pushing in, it gets knocked off his stick. We've got a flag in the air now. And it looks like there's going to be a call. It's looking like it's going to be a 30-second call. It's going to be a 30-second push is the official call put on this one. Verratti has it to Kohut. Bulger sending it back behind the goal. Alberta pushing up, trying to find a cutter, won't get there. Verratti picking it back up at center. To the other side, Bulger losing it again. Trying to pick it up, has to walk off two defenders against the double team, tries the behind-the-back pass, but it goes straight to the stick of Lalemant. This gets knocked off the Quebec player's stick, and now we've got a flag in the air. He'll get it back, charging forward down Center Street here. Sends a long pass to the right side, and we're going to get a chance to see what this flag is going to be. Looks like this is going to be on As it took us a second to figure out which player is going to be getting this one, it's Dexter Hannigan. He's going to be sitting in the box here for a bit as Quebec gets a man advantage on the right side here. Over to Capella down to the corner. Back up to Capella, wiring it on goal. McDonough rejected him that time. And it looks like we're going to get a 30-second interference call. And it looks like there's going to be another penalty for Alberta here. And it looks like both of them are going to be on Andrew White, excuse me, as he's going to be sitting first for a 30-second interference and then a 1 minute unsportsmanlike conduct. So it'll be a minute 30 in total. Up high again. Quebec to the far left. On the right side. This one gets turned over. Alberta trying to find it on the outside. Well, we're going to get another flag and a whistle as it looks like Alberta is going to get the chance to finally clear. Clark getting it at center. Trying to find a lane. Back across to Sardison. Down low. Over to Hannigan. Hannigan in the corner. And that will do it for the first quarter of action here. Your score currently 2-1 Quebec, with both goals coming from William Capella. On the other side, your goal came from Dexter Hannigan for Alberta. We'll be right back with you after this quarter break for all the rest of the action and the 3 other quarters, so make sure to stick around. All right, welcome back. Second quarter action of this U19 bronze medal game in between Team Alberta and Team Quebec. I'm Simon Chaskovsky. I'll have the coverage for the entire matchup for you here today. We've got all the medal games going on here at Field Lacrosse Nationals all day today, so make sure to stick around. Later, we'll have the gold medal in between Ontario and BC, as well as the U17 Nationals. Alberta starting on offense behind their own goal. This one's on the stick of Hannigan. He already has one. He'll take a few whacks, charges in, and he's going to get some flags in the air for his attempt. And it looks like heading to the box here. This is going to be Naru sitting. It'll be a 1 minute slashing call. Chance for Alberta to tie things up, currently down by 1 after we saw Capella score back-to-back goals to bring Quebec to a lead. Ferrati going across to Kohut, back down low, behind the goal now. Hannigan up high. Ferrati to Kohut, left side again. Out to Hannigan, centering it again. That one's going to be a miss by Ferrati. We'll see Alberta continue their possession, though. Sardison, centering it, picked off by Quebec. As a defender with an orange helmet here is going to be charging through. Long pass. That one's stolen. Now Alberta's heading the other way. Ferrati charging in. Left side, another shot as that one goes wide. Hannigan recovering and behind the goal. Alberta restarting their offense up at center. Ferrati sending it across to Kohut. Behind the goal now. Other side. This one's loose. Sardison's going to chase. He's going to take a few whacks while turning back to the other side now. Whipping that on goal, and Alberta grabs a tie. 2-2. Brett Kohut shooting a nice bounce shot that goes top left corner. Away we go. Alberta wins the face-off. Bolger on the rush. Has to stop, trying to hold on to it. Walks into a triple team, though, and Quebec's now heading the other way. This one on the stick of Prelou. Knocked loose. Alberta with it now. Charging in is Hannigan. Excellent save. Quebec goaltender getting in the way. That's definitely not an easy one, as he really had to take on Hannigan all alone, but was able to get in front of it. And Alberta restarting their offense from behind the goal. Hannigan charging in again. Settle getting the better. Alberta picking it up now. Over to Cooks. Cook has it. Up at center, he'll slow things down. Right side. Sardison back behind the goal. Hannigan has it now. Dobbin with it. Across the way. Finds Sardison in the corner. Decides to recenter it to Cook. Cook tries to take the defender one-on-one. Walks into a double team instead. Tries to run down the right side to Sardison again. Cook up high. Finds Meyer to the left. Charging in. This is Kohut. Back behind the goal. Finds someone in the slot who's not able to get the shot off. Alberta restarting it. Cook trying to take advantage of a jumbled up Quebec defense. Back behind the goal. In front for Sardison. Charging in all alone, and he'll grab the lead. 3-2. Orion Sardison. As we've now seen quite a few lead swaps between these two teams. Alberta getting our first goal, coming off the stick of Hannigan, but two quick ones from Quebec would steal it back. And now two more quick ones from Alberta has brought us to our score of 3-2, which is where we are at. We'll get ready for another face-off here. You're watching CROW LAX TV's coverage of the U19 Field Lacrosse Championship. As this is the First Nations Cup. Sardison down the left side finds Dobbin. Dobbin running left, charging in here, back behind the goal now, trying to find someone in front. Hannigan's inside, but that one won't quite get by the goaltender, and now we've got a flag. Quebec's bench isn't too happy. It's going to be a 1-minute elbowing call, I believe. We'll wait for confirmation. It's going to be body checking, excuse me. It's a 1-minute call. Sitting for it will be Dennis. Alberta up high with it. Kohut sending it down low. Behind the goal. Going low on the shot. And Alberta takes a 2-goal lead. Timeout Alberta. As now we are sitting at a score of 4-2. As we head into timeout. We're getting confirmation that the goal came off the stick of Orion Sardison, excuse me. His second of the game. We'll be right back with you now, though, once both these teams leave the timeout, and we're back with more action. All right, welcome back. Action about to get underway. Your score, 4-2 Alberta here in this U19 bronze medal matchup. We've got 7:46 left in the second quarter as we are quickly approaching the second half of it. Ferrati pushing up with it. Back behind the goal. Alberta setting it up once more, but it'll be picked off by Quebec. Peyton Cook sending it back to the goaltender. Settle out. Long pass. A little bit too much mustard on it as he'll have to run to grab it. Knocked off his stick. Second teammate will be there. In front, and that one coming off the stick of Capella, who has a first half hat trick as Quebec is back within one. As that was a massive goal by Quebec, who are now looking just 1 goal away from tying things right back up here. We'll get ready for another face-off here. Picked up by Bolger. He'll get knocked down. Quebec now trying to jump on the rush. Trying to get a grip of the ball. He'll lose it. Alberta now heading the other way. Long pass. Bolger with it at center. Bobbles it. Runs into a defender and has to turn left. Gets it whacked off his stick, but will quickly recover. Dobbin. All the way over to Gardner. Down low here. Gardner with it. Sardison. Back up to Gardner. Alberta working around the offensive zone, looking to get back that last goal that Quebec scored. Behind the goal here, Alberta. Hannigan to Sardison. On the right. Charging back behind the goal. Turns back around once again. Up high here. Clark has it. In front. Off the stick of Hannigan, as that was an excellent save there by Settleout. Heading the other way now. And it looks like we're going to see Quebec use their timeout, which will bring a stop to our clocks, and we'll take a quick break before the action continues. Quarter 2, 4-3, Alberta leading. We'll be right back with you. All right, welcome back. Quebec starting with the ball out of this timeout. 4-3 is the score. Quebec trailing by 1. This one sent behind the goal of McDonough. Quebec charging down the right side with it. Sent up to Waugh. Up high, Steinwald. To the left side now. Back behind the goal again. Holding it behind the goal. Sending a pass a little bit over the top of his target, as they're going to have to restart things out at center. Waugh. Bringing him back in. Finds Steinwald on the side. Behind the goal again for Quebec. McDonough rejecting that pass. Now Alberta getting the chance to head the other way. Long pass here. This one ends up on the stick of Mondragon before he sends it forward. Finding Kohut. Kohut across to Ferrati. Ferrati to Kohut. Alberta slowing things down and playing a little bit of pass at center. Ferrati down to the corner to Sardison, back behind the goal. Charging through. Excellent save by Settleout to get in front of it. Quebec with it. That's Doyle on the left side. Spins off the defender. Passes it over. On the left side with it. Steinwald down the left side, pushing in. Quebec tying things up, right at 4 as the bench goes wild. That one's coming off of the stick of Laverne. Massive goal to tie things here before we head into the second half. Still got a little bit of time left here in the second, excuse me. Both teams getting ready to go. Refs back off. And off we are. Alberta winning the face-off. Dobbin on the left side. Pushing in. Finding Sardison down center street, and Alberta steals their lead right back. That one coming off of the stick of Orion Sardison for the Hattie. As that's a big goal right there for Team Alberta, who are attempting to crush the comeback efforts by Quebec. Face-off about to get back underway. And here we go. This one's pinned down by Bolger, who's able to grab it, knocked off his stick. Dobbin recovering it before getting knocked into the dirt and getting it right back. So the whistle returns it to Alberta. Cook on the right side. Down to Sardison. Sardison back to Hannigan. Hannigan's going to move back behind the goal, trying to rotate this offense. To the left side, on the stick of Bellevue, to Cook. Sardison again. That one's rejected, as Hannigan has to move a little bit to try and recover that one. Back in front. Knocked off his stick. Quebec recovering. And barely able to keep it in. But it looks like it'll be given back to them anyway. Doyle sending a long pass. Lallemande back behind the goal here with the pass, but airmails a little bit out the back, and it looks like Alberta will get it. We'll wait for Quebec to get all of their new players out there, as it looks like Alberta will have a player in the box here. Dylan Bellevue sitting. And that is going to do it for the first half here. Bronze medal U19 game. It's currently tied 4-4 in between both Alberta and Quebec. We'll be right back with you after halftime, where we will see the second half of action. Bronze medal on the line. Make sure to stick around. All right, welcome back. Quarter 3 of U19 bronze medal matchup here between Alberta and Quebec. Your score 4-4 as things are tied right up. Stolen right there in the slot by Team Alberta and charging down the right. Right in front. Back across as that's a save by Settleout. And to give an update as to what's going on in between the crease on the other side, we're seeing Alberta doing a quick goalie switch. Owen Hamill in between the crease for the squad. So I've got a quick correction. It is 5-4. I believe I said 4-4 in my quarter 3 intro. 5-4 Alberta is the score. Quebec down in the bottom right. Noseworthy with it, takes a few whacks. Back up high to Capella. This one finds Steinwald, who's going to charge in. Down to the corner. Low shot, won't beat Hamill. That one's going to go out the back, and Quebec's going to continue their offensive assault. On the left side here. Laverne. All the way across, finding Capella. Steinwald with it. Fakes left, goes right, charging through center. Finding Capella on the side. Back up to Steinwald again. Now going down the left side. Capella over to the opposite side for Laverne. Capella now. To Steinwald. Pushing in down left. Putting that one over the crossbar. As that one's given back to Alberta. As Quebec's coach doesn't like it. Hamill charging up with it. Setting it up down center. Sending a long pass for Kohut, who won't quite get there in time as it goes out the side. Lalamond down the left side. Has to get rid of it. Thrown it far behind the back pass. Nearly works. Finds some traffic at center. Quebec recovers. Stuck here. And Quebec's going to get a timeout just barely in time. And with that, we'll head into our first short break here of the third quarter. We'll be right back with you once both teams return to action. Out of timeout, Quebec starting their offense on the right. Back behind the goal now. This one returned up high to Fournier. Finds Waugh. Waugh's going to fight past the defender, putting that one in. But it goes off of a stick and nearly over the center half. Well, all the way over center half. Both teams fighting for it. Ends up popping out. As it looks like Quebec's going to get this back. 5-4 is your score currently. Alberta up by 1. Capella already has 3. Has it on the right side. Over to Capella. Across, finding Fournier. Fournier charging down the left. Right in front. As that's Waugh not quite able to get it in. Charging for it now is Fournier. Has to run against a double team and will. Alberta has quite a few players on the far outside. Fournier finding a teammate in front. Capella. That one rejected by Hamill. Quebec with a very near chance. Quebec to the right side now. Noseworthy. Down low, back to Noseworthy. Centering it now. Steinwald with it. Laverne. Up high to Noseworthy again. That one stopped as Hamill is making his way down the right. Sardison. Up to Dobbin here. Dobbin. Across the way to Bulger now. Down low to Hannigan. Faking the pass to the far right corner. Dobbin again. Dobbin to Ferrati. Both Calgary Shamrocks products. Bulger on the left side, back behind the goal again. On the right, up to Dobbin. Alberta pushing down the left. That one off the post. Second try, won't go either. Quebec rejecting 2 near tries for Alberta to increase their lead. But we're going to stay right where we are as for the score at 5-4. Dobbin with it on the right now. Back to Ferrati at center. To the left. Bulger. Behind the goal again. Hannigan. Around the side. Back up high again. Dobbin. Sardison here. Sardison with the screen. Finding Bulger inside, but that one's dropped on the dirt. Both teams still fighting for it. Quebec trying to break out. Sends a pass D to D. Alberta sending the dogs. This one ends up back on the ground. Alberta gets the steal in the offensive zone. With it still on his stick, back outside to Dobbin, who's going to tell all of his teammates to calm things down here for a moment. Meyer to Bulger. Hannigan to Sardison. As they complete a full circle. As this game continues, we're starting to see players warming up for our next game here. As in the 2 p.m. slot, we'll be getting both the bronze medal matchup for U17, as well as the gold medal game here for U19. Behind the goal again, setting it up. Cook, sent over to the right side now. Sardison Charging in. Chance in front. Blocked by Quebec, but Alberta gets the steal right back. Bellevue down the left. Meyer to the left side. Behind the goal. Hannigan. Charging in. Goes right. Fakes back left. Setting someone up in the slot. Quebec's goaltender staying strong. Settlote has had to make some of the hardest saves we've seen him make all tournament long just in the last 5 minutes here, keeping his team within one. Behind the goal to their keeper once more. On the stick of Noseworthy. He sees a lane. He's going to take it. Tries to run past Sardison, who knocks it off his stick. Alberta heading the other way now. Odd man rush. Pushing up. Has a lane. As he gets leveled there at center, we're going to get some instant flags. Multiple Alberta and Quebec players getting at it as no one on that Alberta team liked that hit. We're going to wait to see the official call. It's going to be an illegal body check here. Sitting for it is going to be Habry. It's going to be a 2-minute penalty to Habry there for the illegal body check. This one's back behind the goal. Bellevue with it. Alberta with a pretty good chance to extend their lead now. Kohut in front with it. Behind the goal. Trying to find a cutter. Outside. Ferrati. Excellent save by Settlote. Rushing down the left. On the stick of Quebec. Turning back. Rushing with it here is Peru. On the other side, Quebec in front as they tie it. 5-5. A man down doesn't matter. We are tied right back up in the bronze medal matchup here. And it looks like we have some flags here as well. As after the goal, we're going to see Andrew White sitting for a slashing call. It's going to be 2 minutes total. 2 slashings are going to be applied here, which means that we're going to have 2 players in the box here, bringing us down to 5-on-5. This does mean that both of these teams are going to be even, at least until we see Habry leave the box, excuse me. This will be won by Bolger. Rushing up on the right. Trying to find a lane. Sends it outside to Sardison instead. He'll load up with it on the right side. Looking back behind the goal, he'll take it. With it now, there's Hannigan. Had our opening goal. Up to Gardner. Over to Bolger once again. Charging in. Walks off the block. In front, Bellevue. Off the crossbar on that attempt. Quebec sending this one down the left with a chance. He'll end up nearly losing it, having to turn back. This one up to Capella. William Capella walking with it now. Sending it over to Waugh. Down to the right corner. Steinwald pushing in. Thought he saw a lane. Decided he didn't like it. Over to Waugh. And they're going to calm things down here. Third quarter of play. 5-5 tie here in the bronze medal game. Alberta versus Quebec. Down low. Fournier. Up high to Waugh. Waugh walks in. On the other side, whipping and firing. But that one misses the goal. And we're going to see Quebec continue from behind. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. This one sent over the head of his target as Tristan Waugh wasn't quite able to connect with that one. Alberta starting from their own zone now. Sending it to Hamill. Puts way too much on that one. Hamill's going to have to chase it, trying to keep it in. He'll be able to do so. Picking it up along the left side. Owen Hamill far outside of his crease. Sends a pass up here to White. Along the right side here. Alberta finds Bellevue. Charging in. Goes low. But he wasn't quite able to find it. On the other side now has Hannigan. Hannigan rushing up the sideline here. Gets the ball knocked off his stick, and Quebec recovering it. Trying to get it over half. They're trying to look for something here to give them their first lead in a little while. Alberta gets it back after it goes out of bounds. Cook has it on the right. Cook to Sartison. Sending this one over to Meyer. Meyer spins off of it to Kohut. And that is going to do it. Third quarter. Timeouts. Bit too quick to the gun on that one. Still a little bit of time left here in the third quarter. As we'll get a timeout here and a pause in the action before we get back underway. Alberta with the ball out of the timeout. 18 on the clock. Up to Kohut. He's going to run it to center. Back down the left. Cook walks off the hit. Charging in. Puts that over the crossbar. 4 seconds on the clock. Sartison sending it high. Alberta trying to get a shot off. And they won't. And that will do it. 45 minutes gone. 15 to go. Bronze medal on the line. We're stuck in a 5-5 tie, and we're just going to have to wait a little bit longer to see what ends up happening. Fourth quarter coming up in just a little bit. 45 minutes gone. Bronze medal on the line, 1/4 to go. We are tied 5-5. Alberta, Quebec. Fourth quarter action coming up in just a little bit. I'm Simon Shaskovsky. I've got the call for the final quarter here. Face off. And we're underway. Won by Alberta. Picked up by Dobbin along the left side. He's going to charge down center. Takes a few whacks in the process. Sends it over to Ferrati. Rushing down the left. Finds Bolger. Back behind the goal now. Over to Hannigan. Hannigan up high for Dobbin. Dobbin. Continuing to walk it around the left. Bolger. He's going to push down the right side. Up to Ferrati. Ferrati pushing in, whips it over the crossbar. Alberta with it behind the goal now. Sardison up high to Dobbin. Ferrati. Ferrati down the left side with speed. Buries it. Alberta with the tiebreaker. 6-5. Gavin Ferrati breaking the tie here. And now all Alberta needs to do is hold on. Quebec are going to be looking for a goal desperately. This one's pinned in the dirt off the faceoff. It's going to be taken by Quebec, or by Alberta, excuse me, off of the whistle. Charging in here. Back behind the goal now. Sending it back along the side. It's on the stick of Bellevue. In front, Sardison puts them up by 2. And Alberta, 6-4. 7-5, excuse me. Alberta now with an early fourth quarter 2-goal lead. So we get ready for another face-off here. That last one coming off the stick of Orion Sardison. I believe he has 4. Bolger charging in on the other side. Not quite able to find his teammate. Sardison with it. Ferrati to White. White down the left side now. He's looking for a pass. Sends it down behind the goal to Sardison. He sees Hannigan, decides against it. Goes to Ferrati instead. On the right side here. Back to center. White down the left side. Charging in. Whipping it on goal, but that one Goes wide. On the right. White with it, down below. Finds Bulger. Bulger back in front. Faking his way in. Hannigan not quite able to beat him. He's now heading the other way as Alberta off the steal. Another save. Third chance. Quebec able to get the steal. And now we've got a flag. And we're going to see what this penalty is for. It's going to be on Team Alberta. Dylan Bellevue. Looks like we have another. As now it looks like it is going to be a 3-minute total penalty here to Dylan Bellevue. As we're going to get a short break here. In front, Quebec, off the stick of Hamill, rebound chance. He'll cover it up. Alberta starting their breakout, a man down, sending it out the side, as that could be a major mistake. This one sent to Laverne. Laverne centering it for Steinwald on the other corner. Pushing this one forward, Quebec with it. Up high again. Steinwald looks at the shot, down low, fakes his way in, back on out to Laverne, who gets this one stolen off of him. Clark rushing down the right side now. He's got speed. Ends up sending it backwards, finds Dobbin. Dobbin's going to slow things down. Dobbin down the left side now. On the right here. Dobbin. Spinning in. Dobbin has now taken a full lap jog around the offensive zone. Takes a few whacks. He's being trailed by Naru. Finally, Dobbin gets rid of it here to Meyer on the right. Pushing in. He's got a lane. Passes it to the other side, and Alberta increases their lead. And Meyer is down on the play here. And it looks like he's going to need some assistance. It looks like the trainer might be coming onto the field here. We'll be right back. We're going to go to commercial for a little bit while he gets some help to get off the field here. Hopefully he's going to be all right. We'll be right back with you once the action continues. All right, welcome back. We're about to get underway here. As an update to what the outcome of that last play was, we've now got a penalty on Quebec. This one is to Thomas Morel. It's going to be a 2-minute illegal body checking call. Alberta getting the ball here off an illegal procedure call. Excuse me. Alberta with a fairly firm grasp on the lead. They're just trying to hold it. Ferrati at center. Long pass back behind the net. He'll walk with it for a moment. Looking for something. Rushing up. Sending a pass in front. Decides against shooting it. Gardner walks it back out. Sending it to Kohut. Kohut. Across. Long shot. That one rejected. Settle out. Fournier. He'll move this one over the left side on his own. Able to beat two defenders down the middle. Takes a few whacks. And now Alberta's on the rush here. Charging in. Gives it over to the right side. Gets it right back, but that one misses him. And it's going to be an offside call. Quebec moving down the left side. And that will do it for Quebec's penalty. We're now back to even strength for the first time in a little bit. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left in the final quarter of action here in the bronze medal. Alberta firmly ahead, just trying to hold on. Dobbin with it up high on the right side. Over to Kohut. Kohut is going to walk and hold with it. Dobbin down the left, rushing in, pushing his way through. Back behind the goal. Right in front. Kohut pushing in, puts that one on. But that'll be a good save. And now Quebec is going to try and head the other way. This one stolen here at center. Dobbin gets it knocked off his stick and out of bounds. And now Quebec's getting it right back. Excellent defensive play. Voet getting it here. Quebec having to move backwards with it. Aggressive pressure from Bellevue. Pass out to the midfield. Over center with it. Steinwald. This one's picked up by Clark. On the other side now, we've got a flag. It's going to be a 1-minute slashing call to William Capella. Three minutes left here in the bronze medal U19 match. Alberta is going to be starting with it up high in the offensive zone. Kohut going up to pick it up for Alberta. Down the left side. Bolger behind the goal. Back in front. Ferrati loading up. Bolger fires. And that is another one for Alberta. This is going to be a timeout for Team Alberta now. And with that, we'll be right back with you when the action comes back. Currently, it's currently 9 for Alberta as they are holding firmly in the driver's seat, and we'll be right back with you when the timeout ends. All right, 2:19 left in the game. Alberta sitting at a lead of 9-5. Bronze medal on the line here in the last two as we get back underway here. Dobbin pushing up. Over to Ferrati. On the left side, back behind the goal. Right in front, excellent save there off of Settleout. On the side here, Hughes rushing up center. Quebec breaking out down the left side here. Sending this one to Capella. Inside, all alone. Quebec charging in. He'll get knocked down. Flag in the air. As we're going to be getting a pushing penalty here. It'll be a 30-second call. And we're going to see Quebec starting with it now. As there's a Quebec player just completely alone behind all of Alberta's defense, which led to that last push there, as it was a last-ditch event, or attempt, excuse me, to try and avoid that breakaway chance. Quebec starting with it now. Up the side, finds Laverne. Laverne up high, Steinwald sends this one over Waugh, and out of bounds. Alberta, long pass to the other sideline here. Pushing up, knocked off his stick. Quebec fighting for it, turning it over. Capella in front, charging forward. Quebec burying a last-minute goal here. Timeout for Quebec, as that one was an impressive shot there by Proulx. And with that, they're up to 6, down by 3. Last minute, I believe, here in the final quarter. And we'll be right back with you once action resumes. 9-6. 58 seconds left on the clock. Alberta leading. Refs are going to back away, and the timer starts. This one's going to get pinned down by Alberta. They're trying to waste down this clock. Bolger's going to win it. He's rushing down the right. Fournier sends a long pass. Ellis now on the left side. Alberta just trying to hold. Dobbin. And the time's going to get stopped once again. And with that, Alberta is bringing home the bronze medal. Massive win by this U19 Alberta squad to bring back the U19 bronze medal here on home soil. All right, thank you so much for tuning into the stream today. Congratulations to Alberta on their bronze medal. We've got more matchups coming up here at 2 p.m. here on CROW LAX TV. Bronze medal in between Alberta and Saskatchewan. That's U17. On the field you are currently watching right now, we're going to have the U19 gold medal game between BC and Ontario. Make sure to stick around for both of those matchups. I've been Simon Trzaskowski. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Have a good afternoon.